late free throws to take the lead against the Clippers on Saturday. Paul George and Patrick Beverley waved goodbye to the Blazers and mocked Lillard's Dame Time celebration. After the game, Lillard said Paul George is someone he sent home last year, and he said George only reacted that way because he was surprised. Paul George responded to that on Instagram, saying, quote, "And you getting sent home this year," followed by a laughing emoji. Patrick Beverley also chimed in saying, "Cancun on 3," also followed by the laughing emoji. And Lillard fired back with, "Keep switching teams. Running from the grind. You boys are chumps." Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard now joining us. There is a lot there, Chris. What do you make of this whole back and forth?
Well, first of all, I think Paul and Pat ought to be hoping that Dame's not in the lab cooking up a diss track, because he might come hard and diss them both on record. But I agree with Damian. I think Damian is right on both counts. I think, number one, the only reason that Beverly and Paul George reacted the way they did is because he has burned both of them. I think if that's Gary Trent Jr. up there on the foul line and he misses those two, I don't really think that they react that way. Maybe even if it's Carmelo Anthony, I'm not sure they overreact, and Beverly was just so demonstrative with it. But Damian has this reputation as being a clutch player, and those two have really felt the wrath personally as he's hit shots in their faces. So I think that was a part of it. And then secondly, I thought Damian won the social media battle. I think it is hard for a role player to win a social media battle with a star. Like, you can, when you're on the court playing, I think you can talk to whoever you want, right? Because you're guarding them, you're trying to get in their head or whatever it may be. But off the court, I mean, Dame could have just said, "Look, Pat, go take your 8 points a game and sit down somewhere." You know, and then it's over. I'm a star, you're a role player. If the Clippers don't go to Cancun, right, if they win the championship, as important as Patrick Beverley is to the team, he's not the major reason. It's Kawhi and Paul George. So Damian drives the bus for his team. Patrick is a passenger. So I think it's hard for him to talk trash to Dame Lillard. And then Paul George, look, I think that Dame pulled the ultimate trump card. While I don't disparage guys for jumping teams, whether it was LeBron, KD, George, the fact is Dame is saying, "Look, I'm hard enough. I'm tough enough. I have enough belief in myself to stay put. I'm not going to join somebody else. I don't need to go join a big brother. I don't need to go find a big brother like Paul George." He's implying George did. And George is a second guy to Russ and now to Kawhi. So I think that that's the ultimate trump card. Now, Dame probably never will win a championship, but he at least can stand on his throne and saying, "Look, I didn't run. I didn't go chase rings. I tried to fight it out where I'm at."
Yeah, and I agree with you, Chris. I agree with a lot of what you said, because Patrick Beverley, I use the analogy, Patrick Beverley is 4 guys in the car, Pat Bev in the back seat, and he the one hollering out the window trying to get at the girl. Bro, hold on. You ain't the driver, you not in the passenger seat. Chill out. But Skip, what started this, if you remember early in the game, Dame Lillard hit a 3. He looked to the bench and told Pat Bev, "I want you out here. I want you out here."
He did.
And that's what kind of got Pat Bev started. But when you look at Dame has been consistent. He is adamant about joining a super team. Now, Kevin Garnett was like that also. He spent his first, 12 years, I think, in Minnesota before he finally came to his senses and realized, you know what? I got no chance of winning here. Let me go win. And so maybe down the line, Dame will change his mind. But right now, Dame has been very adamant. He's not about joining a super team. But when you look at Dame Lillard, he's a superstar. Chris, I don't know where you have him, but I believe he's a top 10 player. He's in my top 10 for what it's worth, because he's big time. He can take and make big shots. He can get to the basket. He's a great free throw shooter, and I'm surprised, like everybody else, that he missed those 2 free throws, considering he's in the high percentiles, in the 80 percentile, top 80, I think 88 career free throw.
88, 89.
Yeah, 88% free throw shooter. But Skip, if you look at what he did last year against OKC, he averaged 33. He hit the game-winning 3 to get to 50 against one of the premier wing defenders in all of basketball. Paul George took him every game, and he lit him up for 33. The game that they lost, the series that they lost to Golden State in the Western Conference Finals, Dame was 28-12. I don't know if that's good or not, but 28-12 sounds pretty good to me. But at the end of the day, he missed it. But he bounced back in grand fashion now. When the family members got in, when Dame's sister chimed in and took a personal shot at Paul George, I don't know if he's your girlfriend, significant other, wife, fiance. I don't get out like that. Because no matter what she was before, that's that man's significant other, and she should be given a level of respect. Now, if you want to say that with your homegirls, your homeboys, and that doesn't reach social media or television, have at it, do your thing. But don't put that man a fiance or what. Like I said, I don't know what she is, but significant other. Let's go with that. Don't do that. Don't put her on blast like that.
Okay, my turn. I vehemently disagree with every point both of you just made because you are missing the boat and the point on what happened Saturday evening at the end of this game. The Clippers clowned him. They openly laughed at him, tapping their imaginary watches. It's Dame time. Goodbye, Dame time. And the great irony of this is the Clippers reportedly, as a group, would love to see Dame carry the Blazers into the 8th spot because clearly, at least on paper, the toughest first-round matchup for the Lakers would be the Blazers. So I ask you this, Chris Broussard. If that had been Kevin Durant missing those 2 free throws, do you think Pat Bev would have clowned him and made fun of him from the bench? No, because he's Kevin freaking Durant. He's a 2-time back-to-back MVP of the finals. Would they have done that to LeBron James? We know he misses late free throws pretty regularly. What if he'd missed those free throws? Would they have clowned him? Would they have laughed at him? No, he's LeBron James, a 3-time champ and a 3-time finals MVP. You earn respect at the highest level in this league. And by the way, Patrick Beverley has some respect around the league, more than you're giving him credit for, Shannon. You're saying he's the guy in the back. No, he scares people because he's got that dog in him. He will fight you. He blocked LeBron's shot to tie the game on Christmas Day and knocked it off his hands out of bounds. It was the defensive play of the year for the Los Angeles Clippers, that team in the basement. So all of a sudden we hear Dame right after the game. He's talking about, well, that was actually a sign of respect. No, it wasn't a sign of respect, and they continued on social media, and then you fired back, and you can say, well, he got the best of them. He had to call them chumps to get the best of them. Well,
did he lie?
Huh?
Did he lie about Paul George?
Chump?
Being
Chump?
Did he lie about Paul George being Robin in 2 different films? You know what I'm saying, Chris Broussard?
That's right.
He was Robin in OKC, and he goes to the Clippers and become Robin.
Well, I'm still wondering, is Damian Lillard Robin? At heart, is he a Robin? I'm going to ask it again. Is he really that guy? Is he really as clutch as you guys say he is? Because in the biggest moments, the biggest games, I don't see it. And I keep waiting. I've even mentioned him. Just show me. Show me and shut me up. But all I know is he had 4 chances against a Golden State team last year that was without Kevin Durant.